We have a lot of great things happening in Schenectady, and right now, as I transition into the role, this is the start, is listening to our students and finding out whether or not what we're doing is the right stuff. Getting thoughts and ideas from all of you around what are we doing well, what can we do better, and what are some things that we forgot about that we're not taking place. So that's the feedback that I want to get from all of you.
How do you plan on learning from mistakes as a superintendent if you make it?
So I think at the end of the day, what anchors me is doing what's right for all of you. And sometimes in doing that, I'm always going to be own the mistakes that are made, but every decision that I make is always going to be focused on our students and what's needed by them.
How do you think you can make a difference compared to your predecessors?
I think it's really truly listening to the voices of our community and making sure that I'm not just listening, but that you all also see change. That's going to be important for me. And I will be in this space with you throughout this journey. So I want to be held accountable.
I really like how you said that you want to listen to students more, but how do you plan, like, after hearing, like, the change that needs to be done, how do you plan to take action?
I want to make sure to create a safe space for everyone to feel brave to share. Because we can't do better if we don't hear of what's out, of what those in which we serve, what they're sharing as it relates to those pieces. And I also don't, individuals that provide me with that information, there may be the possibility of creating what I would say like a subcommittee to build upon. Because change doesn't come easy. And it is something that takes time, but it's important that it's always at the forefront in reference to what students are sharing, families are sharing, to make sure. Because there is some work to be done. How many of you have at least one adult member in your school that you feel you can go to for support or guidance, just by a show of hands? And for those of you that don't, we'll definitely connect to just figure out, because it may not be school, sometimes it's in the community. Because we all should have at least someone in the building that we can go to when indeed things aren't going well. And I think going back to my brother's keeper and some of the other programs that we have, those are just other layers that can help support that as well.
What to you is the main goal of being a superintendent?
My main goal in being a superintendent is to make sure that all of you have a successful educational experience. From the time that you walk into our schools to the time that you walk out of schools, from the time that you start in pre-K to the time that you graduate, and even further. My goal is to make sure that we keep you, when we support you straight through and through college. Because we want you to come back. The more we give to you and the more that you become, the more that you transition and go off to bigger and better things, I want you to come back and pour back to your community, because students sometimes don't see individuals like myself standing in front of them.